If you want to instantly become a better fighter, then you've come to the right place. The techniques that I'm covering today are designed to end fights in the fastest way possible. So if you guys do enjoy, make sure you are subscribed. But with that, let's get into the first way to win more fights. Now, if you want to become an insane fighter in Fortnite, the best way I can give you advice of playing safe while playing aggressive is by playing from a box away. As you can see, I just got some opening damage on this player. Now, when this player approaches me, obviously, I place a cone and a wall so that he doesn't have any peace when he walks into this box. Now, when he walks in, obviously, I try and get another shot on him. I'm able to get a little bit of damage, but right after this, I am going to grab this wall in between these two boxes. What this means is that I can make a perfectly safe wide edit from a good angle, because as you can see, if you were to look at my POV, obviously I can see the player, but if we were to look at his POV, he quite literally cannot see me at all from his angle. I'm right there if you can't see me on your screen, but I'm sitting right there, and obviously this player can't see me. And since I go from such a great peak, I can obviously edit and I'm able to pick up a kill without taking any damage. Moving on to the most important part of this video, we're going to be talking about how to incorporate the new movement items into your fighting skills. So first up, we're going to talk about how to use the new movement, the Oni mask. Now, a lot of people make this mistake right here. As you can see, this player is chilling right here, and he's eventually actually going to look toward my box, and he's going to throw his movement. Now, the problem with this is he doesn't get opening damage. And if I can see this orb before it gets to me, like right here, I turn my head, and I've just seen him because I knew he was there earlier, and he throws this orb. That means that even before he's going to be able to get out of this orb, I know where he's going to land. So I literally just turn my head, face where the orb is, and then obviously I'm going to be able to see him before he sees me because he's obviously not facing the right direction. I'm obviously able to then get opening damage, able to hit a little 50 shot, and then I'm able to double edit and piece him up. So then I'm able to spray him and pick up an elimination. So now let's show you an example of what you should do. As you can see, this player is on high ground and I'm on low ground sitting in this cone box right here. Now, when this player uses his katana movement, I'm going to show this later, obviously he flies away and he's in a great position. Now at this point, I shouldn't use my orb because I don't have any opening damage. That's the key. Opening damage is everything in this trick. So when this player starts to farm and then I start to obviously spray him, I get a big hit of damage and I've hit him for about 100. Now at this point right here, I could throw my orb, right? I could throw it and I could maybe land like right here or to the left, but he would be able to see that because as you can see, he gets up on his ramp to go look at me to see when I'm approaching. And I don't want him to see me coming towards him. So instead of throwing the orb where he think I would, I throw the orb above the trees because of its reach. This means that as you can see, as the orb's going, look at where he's looking. He's not even looking at the orb. He still thinks I'm over here. And that means I'm already teleporting and I teleport above his head. I'm able to place 2 cones above his head. I'm not able to get the piece control on him here. But since I get that jump on this player, he's obviously flustered and he's in one single box. And that means that I'm able to obviously steal the wall. And then I'm able to edit and shoot and take a significant shot and then pick up a simple kill. So make sure you're using the movement properly after getting opening damage. Now, I think a ton of players struggle with obviously playing defense, and I see this question a lot on my video. Right here, after I'm going to pick up this kill, I'm going to play perfect defense and force the other player to leave me alone. Right here, as you can see, I just picked up a nice little kill, right? Got a little refresh, but third party incoming. What do you do in this situation, right? If they are better than you, or maybe they just catch you off guard. This player caught me off guard, and I just wasn't really trying to fight because I knew we were going to have to rotate soon. So instead of fighting him, look at how much space I'm going to build. This is like 5 or 6 boxes, right? And I'm not going to stop there. Notice how I build this new space, but I know that this spot is going to be weak on HP because it's the newest build. So I go back into the old builds. This gives you a few more seconds of time to think. And as you can see, I go back into my old box and then he pushes this box. So I go back into the other builds now because they have more health. See how I edit back down? And now I'm into all of these builds and they're all fully built. Notice how much distance I've just separated myself from this player with. That is like 5 or 6 boxes that player has to go through. And obviously, since I made all this space, I have now just avoided that third party situation. And now obviously I can go on to win this game. Now, the next way to become a better fighter overall is with greed. Now you may be saying, what about greed? Do not be greedy for loot at the wrong times, because what it will do is it will put you in situations where you will die. Now, as you can see, we got 3 people on the edge of zone. Myself right there, and then we have the player that's going to die and the player that's greedy. This player is going to obviously pick up the kill in zone, and he's instantly going to hop in his cart and he's going to go drive straight towards it. Now the problem with this is this player is not going to be thinking about how close I was to the body and how I can close this distance. He's only focused on the loot. Notice how he's literally just looking at the loot. He doesn't even have his map out. He's not building around it or anything like that. And that means that I will always be able to win this fight because I jump and I'm able to get one shot off, and then I'm able to simply piece him up, and then I'm able to drop into his box, and then I'm literally just going to spray on the wall, obviously, steal it, and I'm able to edit, full piece him, and then pick up an elimination. But the reason I was able to pick up that kill was because this player was greedy and I noticed it. So if you're ever fighting a player that is greedy, notice it and use it to your advantage, but also don't be greedy yourself. A lot of people don't think about this, but you really need to understand that the way that you use your mats can impact your game completely. Right here, I'm building in wood and I was just trying to do a little movement thing. I messed it up, and this player is going to start to push me with the car. Now, as soon as I see this, obviously I block his shots with a little bit of wood, but you're going to notice as soon as he starts to build fight me, look, I switch to my brick. This is just a little advantage because, as you can see, since I have this brick, if I were to build up a few layers, it's obviously going to take him more time to shoot me out because brick and metal have more health. But this player is building in wood on a single ramp, and that means that I'll always be able to shoot this out at the point where he will fall, and then I can get that first opening damage. That little opening damage will always lead to you being able to play offense. And this player, again, as I showed you before, isn't playing good defense. He's going to make two little wood boxes. Again, what I did earlier, I swapped my brick as soon as I got in this fight. This player still on his wood. You should only be using your wood when you're like blocking shots from far away or stuff like that, not in a box fight scenario, because the problem is he doesn't have a lot of health to his builds, and that means that I can simply take this wall or any walls with just like a few little shots, see, like 1 or 2 shots, and I'm able to steal the wall, and then obviously I'm able to finish off this fight. And also remember, when you are playing defense, always expand and use your hard mats. Now, the final fighting tip I have for you all is an end game tip. Now, when you're in a simple end game, in a ranked game, anything like that, you want to play high ground properly. And the way to do that is to work your way around the edges of the zone. Now, you may be asking yourself, why is this important? It's because if you were to build down the center, let's use this build as an example. You can't see below you, obviously, and you wouldn't be able to see these players right here. But if you build at an angle like this, you can see more of the zone, and that just means that there's more opportunities to shoot this player. Like this Juice WRLD right here rotating. If I was standing here and I built straight over, I wouldn't be able to see him. But since I moved to the right, that means that I can see him and obviously crack him. Now, obviously, I don't get the kill here, but what this does is it makes my game easier. Because by the time the game is over and this guy obviously picks up a kill, Juice WRLD's already weak, and that means that all I have to do is bleed in 1 or 2 shots and then pick up a simple win for myself. So make sure when you're building in endgame, make sure you're not building down the center of a zone. Now that's going to wrap up this video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you are subscribed, and if you want to see more content like this, go check out these 2 videos, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.